Hola, hola, hola. We are back de nuevo with another episode of The Exchange or
El intercambio.
El Intercambio. Muchas gracias por venir. This episode is in English. We did our last one in Spanish. And we'll see how this one goes. But I know there are a lot of English learners in our community who would like to practice their listening, learn some new vocabulary, etc. So, if you are learning English or Spanish, let's just say a language learner, in particular with the intermediate level, you're in the right place. Thank you for coming. This is part of our community at Bammbuu Languages, where we look to focus on cultural exchange, learning languages through conversation, and ultimately meeting cool people and friends as part of our community. So, thank you again for coming. Now that we got that out of the way, Romina, ¿cómo estás? How are you doing?
Hi, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I was just telling you that summer has really hit here. Now it's getting like really hot, and since Lima has a lot of humidity as well, like the air feels really like sticky, like
Hmm.
you feel like a little bit sticky and dirty. And it's crazy because for you it's winter, like.
Yeah. We have the opposite, which is still kind of weird in adjustment. Not only are you in Celsius, we're in Fahrenheit, but it's
Yeah.
winter here, summer there. But we have humidity in the summertime. We don't have a beach like you. So the good thing is, if you get too hot, you can cool off at the beach there in Miraflores, no?
Yeah, but the only downside is that the water is really cold.
True, it's true. You don't want to cool off that much, man.
Yeah.
Understandable,
Yeah.
understandable. But you brought up weather, and it's a good point. Today, as you might have saw, we want to discuss perhaps our last episode ever before the great freeze of 2026 here in Austin, Texas. You might not see another episode if we don't survive the freeze, guys. So you got to tune in now, and I hope that you get some value out of this because we're not sure what the future looks like. I kid. However, we do have a winter storm coming in, and I thought it'd be a great idea to discuss winter storms, what it looks like here, what the differences might be as far as like storms and natural disasters go in Peru, and kind of discuss it from there. As always, we have some vocabulary that we'd like to share with you as we go throughout our conversation today and present some of our new vocabulary and some of the grammar that we're providing to you in English. We want to present it in a fun and interactive way. So that's kind of what we wanted to discuss today. How does that sound to you, or me? You cool with talking more about like natural disaster storms, what it might be in the winter or summer there in Peru?
Yeah, yeah, sounds good because, like you said, for example, here we never experience like uh, snow, ice, or anything. So it's kind of cool to know your point of view because here it never gets that cold. So it's nice.
Yeah, that's a good point. Looks like we have somebody in the chat. Hey, Tony, thank you for joining. In addition to that, if you have any ideas or want to share thoughts about maybe your winter experience or what you might be going through now, drop it in the chat. We'll be sure to bring it up. Yeah, cool. So we can get started. I'm from Ohio, right? Columbus, Ohio, if you're familiar with it. It gets cold in the wintertime. There's a lot of snow and freezing weather. I currently live in Austin. In Austin, it doesn't get so cold. And so when there's any type of snow, any type of freezing weather or freezing rain, the city shuts down and people don't know how to act. And so this weekend, they're telling us that there's going to be a storm this weekend and it could have some freezing temperatures. And so people are already freaking out a little bit, not knowing how to act. For us in America, I'm not sure if it's in Lima, maybe you could tell me, but when there's a storm on the way, people run to the grocery store. They get toilet paper, water, food, like it's going to be the end of the world, and then everything shuts down, right? So there's big lines and bad
Yeah.
traffic. Is that similar there? I'm not sure if there's like an equivalent, considering you don't have some of those big snowstorms. But
Yeah.
how is it in Lima? Thank
Yeah,
you for the
here.
subscription, Tony. We appreciate the like and subscribe.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, here we don't have neither like rainstorms or like snow, so maybe our equivalent will be like temblor or earthquake. That is,
Hmm.
like a shake because we are in a zone that it's very frequently we have. So everybody, even though it happens frequently, we always freak out when it's happening. So yeah, usually if it's like a big magnitude, let's say earthquake, people go to the store and they also buy like toilet paper, maybe canned stuff like, I don't know, tuna, and yeah, like
Mhm.
out like you said. So it's kind of a similar scenario.
So they do it after the earthquake. They run to the store.
Yeah, because usually there are replicas, so you want to
Hmm.
be like prepared. And usually we have like the ministry said to have like a safety backpack where you have like all your, food, toilet paper, and everything, and nobody has it. But each year is
Your
like
helmet
you
back
should
there and
have,
everything.
you, yeah, you should prepare your safety backpack and everything, but nobody has it.
You guys should listen to the health minister there.
Yeah,
For the people listening, I was actually on a phone call with Ramina once when she experienced an
yeah,
earthquake, which was crazy. Like the camera started shaking a little bit, and you had to log off. For us, we don't
yeah.
get those very frequently. I know we have some community members in Mexico City, for example, and other parts of the world that get those earthquakes, but we don't get it. So I was like, "Oh, is everything okay?" I was kind of freaking out a little bit. But is it
I'm
more or
like,
less normal? Do you get it like every year there in Lima?
yeah, like at least, I don't know, 4 a year maybe. But even in some other countries, like you said, Mexico or like Chile, Argentina, it's more frequently, and they are like super prepared. It's like an earthquake, and it's 8 magnitude, and they are like super chill. Whereas here we are like, oh my god, I'm so scared, I'm gonna run.
The sky's falling. Yeah, I would be freaking out. Magnitude 8 sounds serious. Um, so, quick pause for those learning English. We have earthquake, which we say in English. What's the Spanish translation, Romina?
Earthquake.
Hmm.
If it's like low magnitude, we call it temblor, but it's if it's higher, we call it terremoto.
Terremoto, like magnitude 8, like earth shake,
Hmm.
more or less.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I,
exactly.
g- I gotcha. Yeah, so earthquake there, or terremoto. We also have like storm in general, which I believe is tormenta, correct?
Sí.
Tormenta del invierno, perhaps, like winter storm.
Sí, o maybe tormenta de nieve, tal vez.
Ah, there you go. Snowstorm as well.
Uh-huh.
Snowstorm, winter storm, ice storm. I guess we can put in there yellow as well if you want. But that's what we get here. And then also, like in particular, like in Ohio, like I mentioned, or several other parts of the United States where it gets more cold in the wintertime, we call it a blizzard. So it's like wind, ice, snow, very cold temperatures. And so that's the other one, the blizzard, which is two Z's. I know you don't have that in Spanish. Do you have it in Spanish? Um, the blizzard,
Um,
the word with two
I've
Z's or
I've
no?
heard I've heard blizzard, but I don't know if there is like an Spanish equivalent to that. I don't think so.
You live in such a tropical climate, you never even thought about snow, so we don't have to think
Yeah,
about
pretty
blizzards and
much.
things like that.
Yeah.
I understand. I understand. So for the folks listening, if you could kind of imagine, it seems like again part of this conversation is cultural exchange. People are people everywhere. If it's a snowstorm, we're running to the store to make sure everything's okay. If it's in Lima and there's an earthquake, we're running to the store to make sure everything's okay. So I'm not sure why people do it, but maybe it's just more of a fear thing. So there's a couple, and we are experiencing that currently, or should be experiencing here soon. I also know that there are power outages when it comes to some of these storms or earthquakes. Do you experience that in Lima? Let's say there's an earthquake. Does the city shut down with power?
Mm, there was one famous earthquake here in Lima that it was in 2007. That it was pretty like high magnitude. Maybe it was 7.5 if I recall. And yeah, there was a shortage of power, and yeah, it was pretty scary. Like a lot of people died. So yeah, I think
Oh,
there
geez.
is like a before and after or for that earthquake because
Was like
it was
the
pretty
biggest
pretty
one.
bad. Yeah, like the most, let's say, recent one. The epicenter was in like Pisco, that is like
Hmm.
a city close to Lima, and that there it was like pretty bad. A lot of people died. A lot of buildings like fell. So yeah.
Oh, geez. It's called
Mhm.
pisco, like the drink.
Yeah.
That's where they got it from, I think. Trying to make light of a, of a tough situation.
Yeah.
Uh, Yeah, that makes sense. So it doesn't happen all the time. Just if it's a very bad one, the power goes out.
Yeah, just if it's a pretty bad one.
Understandable. Here, generally no. We don't have like frequent power outages, but like
Mhm.
if there is a bad storm with lightning and things, sometimes it'll go out for just a little
Mhm.
bit. We had a bad freeze probably like 4 or 5 years ago where there was snow and we don't get snow. And so like power was out for several days. And also the water lines were frozen. So like people were just living like without either of those or go to a friend's house that did have power and water. And so that's like what everyone's afraid of here, but it doesn't happen that frequently. That's
Mhm.
probably the biggest one. So if anyone's from Austin, drop it in the chat if you remember, or maybe Texas in general, because it was bad across the board. If you remember those days, we got AC, AB, Riz in the chat. Shout out to looks like Shasta's in here as well. Thank you guys for joining. If you have your own winter storms or natural disasters, let us know, and we'll be able to kind of bring it up and discuss it. But yeah, those are kind of like the ramifications of it. Obviously, it can get serious, like you mentioned, with deaths and loss of life.
Mhm.
Ramin, am I forgetting anything else that we have there in Lima or in the United States that you might be curious about with our natural disasters, winter storms,
Um,
perhaps?
well, here in Lima, we also have like mudslides that we call huaico. That it happens when it's like rainy season in the mountain regions, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's like also affect the families, affect the roads. So yeah, currently,
Waco.
Huaico here it's summer in like the coast, but in the mountains it's like a rainy season. So it's
Mm-hmm.
probably in February it's gonna be a huaico, and it's but they are it happens like every year, so they kind of
Uh,
expect it. But sometimes it's like more dangerous than other times.
yeah, so just don't build your house on the slope, and you should be fine. Is that the? Wait, did you guys have a pack for Waicos as well? I know you have one for hurricanes. Do you have a pack that you're supposed to have to keep you safe during a mudslide?
No, I don't think so. Maybe like the people who live over there have, but here we don't. So
I think I said hurricanes. I meant earthquakes. I don't know. Someone can someone can check me in the chat, but that sounds good. Oh, I know we have some Arizona people in here too. They get forest fires there. Arizona's really hot. Let me find the translation for our Celsius folks. Um, it gets hot here in Texas too, but summer times like let's just say 46 Celsius, like 46. And it's a desert, and so when there's no rain and it gets super hot, we get a big you have a potential for a forest fire or just a general fire out in the desert, which has potential to reach the city, damage houses, and hurt folks. And so that's something that we have to consider in the summertime. We don't obviously get it in the wintertime. Yes, we have dust storms there. Shout out to AB. We'll get to that in one next. But that's a natural disaster. We call that like, I mean, more or less a fire, but there's forest fires and desert fires and things like that. It happened in LA recently where they took out big parts of the city. Have you heard about that? Maybe on social media?
yeah, yeah, yeah. About the LA fires and like people lose their homes and yeah,
Hmm.
something like that.
Yeah, yeah. So that's another one. Do you have those in Lima? Probably too humid of a climate to get like a natural fire, right?
Yeah, yeah. It never gets like that hot. I don't know how it's like 46 Celsius in Fahrenheit. It's like 30.
115.
Um,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, no, it never gets that hot here.
yeah. Perfect
So,
climate outside of the mudslide. The
yeah.
46. Uh, yep, we have that, and then also they mentioned in the chat. I must tell Riz to stop copying people in the chat because Haboob is already there. Haboob is called dust storm. So dust, like the dirt and things like that. There's a storm when it comes in. It's like a monsoon in Arizona where it's a big thunderstorm coming and it pushes a bunch of dust through the city and you can't see. And so they call that a
Okay.
dust storm for the English learners, or Haboob, Haboobs, which is very, I don't know where the name came from. But have you heard of these before? I know you have some deserts, right, in your area,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
maybe in Chile.
There was actually one sandstorm in Ica. In like I don't know if you went to like Huacachina, that it's like an oasis,
No.
and it's like with sun and everything. And yeah, after I don't know, like 50 years, there was a sandstorm and it was
Yeah.
crazy, like the city, everything was dark. So yeah, I've never seen that. So yeah,
Kind of crazy, huh? To like black
yeah,
out
it
the
was
city and
like
it's just
really
storm.
yeah.
And thank you
Yeah,
for
it
telling
was.
me that, by the way. I think sandstorm is probably like the best term to say. What's the word in what's the word in Spanish for sandstorm?
Tormenta de arena, maybe.
But you just call it sandstorm, probably.
Yeah, I don't remember how they call it, for example, for that case. Probably tormenta de arena, because it's like it doesn't happen like very frequently, like pretty much never. So it was really weird.
Oh, look at this. We have a linguist in the chat. The habu comes from the Arabic word meaning wind or blow. Very interesting.
Nice.
Learn something new. Shout out to the community letting us know. We'll add that. All right, so all the learners, haboob, aka sandstorm, aka dust storm, comes from Arabic word, and we know one other word in Spanish that comes from an Arabic word. Romina, do you remember it?
Arabic?
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Remember ojalá, like I wish.
Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. I remember. Yeah, yeah.
I'm telling you, remember it like you're the native speaker here. Do you remember? Do I remember is the question, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. A shout out to Gerald. All right, so we have it there. We have ice storm, windstorm, etc. We have the earthquakes in parts of the U.S., but also in Lima, the mudslides with the rain, and then we kind of branched a little bit into the fires you see in the summertime, the monsoons, which are like thunderstorms in Arizona, and then some of the other natural disasters there. All of those have the opportunity to cause harm, obviously, or cut off the power, same things like that. Most times, human reaction, it seems like across the globe, is to kind of freak out and go
Freak
buy
out.
random things. So we're doing that this weekend. So everyone stay tuned to see what happens. But I'll let you know in the next episode if we make it through the ice storm of 2026. Shout out to the chat. Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate you adding some value with the word origins and some of the other natural disasters you see. Again, shout out to our new folks, Tony and Shasta. Shout out to AC, Riz, and AB. Lastly, Ramina, I know you got some words for us. We are very, 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 very close to 1,400 subscribers here on YouTube. Only a few away. Do you got some words for the folks, particularly in Spanish, that you could help encourage them to follow us, subscribe, maybe drop a like? You know how it goes.
Sí, como dice Bryson, estamos muy cerca de llegar a los 1400 suscriptores, nos faltan 7, así que si nos pueden ayudar suscribiéndose, ahí van a encontrar muchos videos de educativos, vocabulario, aparte de los live stream, y también síganos en Instagram, donde pueden encontrar más tips y todo para seguir aprendiendo, ya sea inglés o español.
100%. We have a couple free classes for language as well, English particular tomorrow. And we have with me, and we have a couple other language tutors putting some classes on. So join a language group for free. Meet some cool people like Ramina and I. You or Ramina and me, perhaps. Maybe I should use the correct form. We're talking about language, but Ramina and me level up your language, learn some more fun facts about different parts of the world. Let us know. And I think we mentioned, Ramina, giving away something free to our 1,400th subscriber. What should it be? What do you think?
Yeah, maybe like a study guide or something.
You're right. Maybe a study guide. I was going to say, hey, you guys can come co-host with us on the next episode.
Ah, yeah,
You'll be our guest
it could
star.
be also. Yeah, yeah, it could also be that.
Or something like that. Let us know. If you're 1,400th, we'll drop our email for you. You shoot me an email. We'll figure something out. Also, we need our guest star, Lana, back in the house. I don't know if she's watching, but we'd like to get her in here for some more Gen Z slang. Let us know if you want to hear any other topics, any other words, or grammatical, I guess, phrases or concepts for our next couple episodes. But overall, thank you guys for joining. We appreciate it. We are growing week over week. We are getting more followers, more likes, and more views. So we appreciate the support. Drop a comment below. That'll help us out. Give us a like and a sub. And they're all free. Ramina, you're the best. Appreciate you showing up and letting the people know more about Lima, Peru. We will talk to you guys next time.
Bye. See you in the next episode.